So been reading this book actually again. It's by Pamela Hanson. It's called Running with Angels. It's a cute little book about how she dealt with the psychology of obesity and losing weight and everything. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to her and what she says because she dealt with a lot of issues in her life and she had every excuse in the book to just be heavy her whole life. But she fought back and she's actually run marathons since then, and it's something she enjoys. It's something she latched onto. And there's this quote in this book that I highlighted. It says, "It's a monumental discovery when one realizes that more joy and fulfillment can actually come when we do not allow out of control passions to destroy our dreams." Saying that again. It is a monumental discovery when one realizes that more joy and fulfillment can actually come when we do not allow out of control passions to destroy our dreams. So that is my motto for this week. And what I learned this week is how to see past the illusion, because I thought I was doing really well with this study. And then I did a video log of what I ate for a week because I couldn't understand why I wasn't losing weight. And, there's about like 10% of that comes from of what I ate that came from knowing I was being observed. I tend to rebel that way a little bit. But a lot of it I couldn't justify. Like, a lot of it was still, like, really normal for me. The frosting bowl was not normal, but the rest of it was pretty normal. Basically, I'm just learning how to come to grips with that particular illusion. I was really good at deceiving myself, let's put it that way. I wanted to quit, actually. When I found out I was deceiving myself so well, I thought, well, why am I doing this? Maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just be done. And cut my losses, take all those videos down from YouTube, it's not working. But then I thought, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for a journal for myself so I can get better. That part is for me. But I'm also doing this for other people who may wonder how hard it is to get into the Whole Foods plant-based diet thing on your own, particularly when you're living in a house with people who aren't following the diet, which is what I'm doing. And I could use that as an excuse. Everyone I've talked to about this half marathon, it gives me like these little excuses about why they can't be healthy or why they can't even start. It usually like they follow up with like, "Oh, good for you, you did something cool," and then they're like, "Oh, but I could never do that because X, Y, and Z," and they know they're making excuses, and I know they're making excuses, but we just don't talk about it. And basically what I was falling into was that excuse trap, "Oh, well, obviously I haven't been eating for 9 weeks, therefore I should just give up." But that's not the point. The point of this study was to show how hard it is to transition in 30 weeks to a whole foods plant-based diet. I'm doing that. This is really hard. Saying no to cheese all the time is really hard. But yesterday I realized I wasn't quite willing to give up because I've been enjoying the fact that less hair falls out in the shower. I've been enjoying the fact of feeling good about myself for eating healthy, but I also had to come to the realization that it's going to be a lot harder to do this if I'm doing this for the accolades of everyone else instead of for me, and because I want to, and because it's my own thing. And that's the only reason why I think I stuck with it on the day I wanted to quit, was because a part of me really does fear obesity and cancer and all those things, and a part of me really does desire to be a healthier version of myself. It's something that I want. It's something I've always wanted. Since elementary school, I've always wanted to be that athlete. Since for the longest time, I've just wanted to be healthy. And so I'm going to try a little harder, be a little better. It's not that I'm not perfect at this. I haven't perfectly transitioned over, but a lot of my meals have become whole foods plant-based. I really don't want to give up on bread and peanut butter. Those are like my top two things. Bread and peanut butter. Technically, they're both whole foods plant-based if you want to do it in the vague sense, but the bread has like butter in it and stuff, so not necessarily. But my taste buds are already changing. Like, I have meat a couple times and it makes me sick, and I had this butter cookie. I call it a butter cookie because it was one of those store-bought sugar cookies at this party, and I thought, "Oh, well, I'll have some of that. That's gonna be delicious, and I'll split half of it so I can feel better about myself. Here you go, friend, have the other half." I took a bite of that thing, and it was like pure butter. And it was so nasty, and I just spat it out. I was like, "Oh, why? Why did I do this to myself?" So, yeah, not the best thing in the world. So my taste buds are changing, and I am making better choices, and those are the good things to look at. And yeah, I wanted to quit. Week 9 was my kind of like dead wall period, but I also don't. Like today, look at this. I'm making a smoothie. Now, smoothies traditionally have actually made me gain weight because I would drink like 3 or 4 servings and be like, well, it's all antioxidants and vegetables. How could it be bad for me? I'm just using water and spinach and meat and berries. How is this bad? And it is bad. Berries have calories. So I have 1 serving there. My goal this week is to learn how to avoid impulse, because I've noticed that if I give myself like 30 seconds away from a temptation, like I go into another room, then my brain resets and I'm like, no, actually, I want this other thing more. And then I'm able to come back into the room with that temptation and be totally fine. So I'm going to be practicing that this week and we'll see how it goes. Sorry about the weird venue. I was having a hard time getting, because with this whole quitting, wanting to quit thing, getting the motivation to do my usual setup, and this just seemed easy. Yeah, you can all see my gross pantry about there. Ah! Anyway. And there you go. What can you do? All right. Good luck, guys. It's not easy. Nope.